Panthers, they'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit.
Ready? We're going to set, ready? 545. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 15 there. The Panthers have a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. McCaffrey on the counter. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here we go. 180. Check. 45 to Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On second and 11 now. Newton throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. A big play there for the Panthers. 42 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. On second and 2, Newton, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Gano now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. That time, a 6-play drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Gano now, following the touchdown here to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tally.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter. Now continuing.
Here we go.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now on 2nd and 13. Newton, he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Throwing on third down, Newton. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 23 yards on the play. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Levante David coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Check my 45. Check my 45. All day, every day.
3rd and long. It's Newton. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. Last week they got the victory against the San Francisco. They've got the lead in this one as well. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Second and 10. Escaping, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So there you go, partner. How about that?
Oh, that was pretty cool.
That will tie the all-time record set by Matt Prater. Roberto Aguayo following the made field goal, set now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Going up top. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal.
The kickers into the...
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their own 44. Now a handoff looking right. And he cuts it back right, and he's got a crease. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Elijah Holyfield with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not... Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns.
The point after now for Aguayo. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. From the 31, Newton, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Here's Newton. Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the... Now a handoff here to his running back. He juked him. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He'll look to throw. And he finds Howard complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for LaFell. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. The Bucs on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Being chased out left. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 1. Flush to his right. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Cameron Brate, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like in the QB.
Aguayo on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Newton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover.
Hey, we got 3 down. Set, ready. 60 out long. 54. I'm here.
And to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never just widens it out, as you said.
Roberto Aguayo following the made field goal, set now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Throwing is Newton. And they got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Ready? Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
On first down, Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. From the 50, Newton. And he's got his man on the out route. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. On 1st and 10, Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Newton. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. To the air again, Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Here's 1st and 10.
On the double. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Down. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. 54, watch 54. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Dontari Poe in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky.
Ready? Right to the 3. 54. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. On 2nd and 7, Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw, Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Let's go, let's go.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Newton to throw. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day. All day.
Newton on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Newton into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up on Levante David, and he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player?
I'm not going to go to the play.
Here we go. Set. 50. Clear. Three down.
Barber on 1st and 10. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
He's going to go up top, and it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not lapping it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot.
Long road back from here.
3 buzz. Chef.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Pass interference.
Well, let's see who this is on. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. On 2nd and 9, Newton dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. 3rd and 2, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's got this down to the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Newton now to throw. Give him 7 on the play. And it'll be a second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing again is Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Newton throwing again. And he comes back with one complete. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
From the red zone now, Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. And he won't go down. And he is all the way up past the 25. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Two times. We got 4. Ready. Mike's by 4. Big blue dot Corkers. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 64 yards.
And they just had another big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game, and however it turns out, it turns out.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Ready, go.
On first down, Barber. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. 2nd and 13. Flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Ready? Mike, 45. They're not ready for this. They're not ready for this. They still playing.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw is Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. There on the coverage, knocking that one away, was Mike Edwards. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Buccaneers, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.